So we've recut this front just because the old piece was got lots of reinforcing sections on it because we cut it up so much. So we've recut it as one piece, which just means it conforms nicely to the shape of the windscreen. And then we've decided actually to set back this upright piece here. So it's set at 45 degrees, but it's just set back a little bit with this sort of shadow gap here or overhang here, which we just think looks a little bit nicer. And we can do that out of sort of a gloss acrylic or something, whatever material we choose. It could be absolutely anything. So I think we're happy now that this is as we want it. Next we need to just decide how much we want to cut in, allowing for enough space at the front to allow all the ventilation pipes to come up through for the demisters. So what we're going to do is remove this glass template. We've got a little bit of fiberglass to cut out in here. We'll get that cut out and then we'll be able to work out exactly what ceramic banding we want on the glass and how far then we can cut out this section here. So we're back in the workshop with our cockpit trim that sits underneath the windscreen, and this will hold the demisters. In fact, we have a sample demister here, so potentially there would be 4, 2 on each windscreen. And we're just trying to work out now how to thicken up this front leading edge. So what we want is a nice sort of bull nose, 45 degree into a bull nose with round edges. So what we've done is we've planted on the bottom here a 6mm piece of MDF, and this has got a 45 on, and what we need now I think is another 16mm piece on the bottom, and that will be effectively have a flat front and maybe curve underneath. And we also need to carry that on round to this corner here, and we also need to put a nice sort of soft radius on here. So we'll get that piece cut, and we'll also get these pieces cut, and then we'll screw those all in and see how it looks. Okay, so we've just put this piece back up here, we've thickened up the front edge, and we've followed that all the way around here, and then we've just rounded off the corner, and then we've just used some spare leatherette or pleather just to see how that wraps around the corner, and and it actually works out really well. So we're happy that that radius is now correct. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to build the support structures, I guess you would call them, underneath here. So we'll use these as templates and we'll build this out of some 18mm ply. Okay, so those uprights for the supports have been cut and that all seems to work really well. Slight change of plan. What we're going to do now is cut this bottom piece here. So we're going to trim it across there. What we'll have to do is add 6mm to the bottom of these uprights. That's no problem at all. It just means that if we ever need to retrim this in the future, it can come out separate without having to lift the whole of the cockpit front there. So we'll cut this and then we'll recut these uprights, and we've decided actually we are actually going to make the uprights out of 18mm ply, and then we'll coat them in glass. So that should be super strong and should last forever. So I think that's going to be the best way forward with that. So we'll get this cut and we'll get those templates redone. That bent then. Yeah. Quick update, so we've cut all of the uprights for our support webbing. So this has been cut from 18mm birch ply. We've also cut these little supports as well, and we're also going to drill some holes for the fast mount clips that we'll be using. So what we need to do now is just go and test fit all of this on the boat. So happy with that. That test fit has gone well. Everything seems to work as we want it to. We've left a gap here at the front, so this is where the airflow for the demisters will run, which is why we've created this box here effectively. So this will support the top and leave space for the airflow down through there. So what we need to do now is screw this all together and also put the supports in for the fast mounts. Okay, so we've just put the two side supports in either side just to see how that looks, and what we need to do now, just been discussing how we're going to do this middle section. So I think what we're going to have is a piece of 18mm here, it'll have a slight curve in the top, and then we're going to have a divider in the middle, so that then hopefully the air will be distributed equally to each side. Alrighty, so that centre section is now done, so we've just balanced that in place for now. There's two posts behind here which we'll be able to screw into, which means that actually at any point in the future this centre section will be removable. Hopefully we'll never need to do that, but if we ever need to get in there for any reason, that will simply unscrew off. What we've also done is pop two holes on each side, which basically means the air can then be diverted to the demister vents. So what we need to do next is pop some holes in for our little fast mount. So we'll be using the fast mount system to actually hold the pad in place. So we just need to drill two holes here and a hole here on each side. The fast mount clips are now in, or the fast mount socket should I say. So we've got 3 on each side. All we did was drill a hole, and then there's a special hexagon tool that sits in here, or slots into here, goes in the drill, and then they just drive in. They've got a thread on them. We will need to draw those out again when we polyester coat these, but at least that's all now ready to go. The way that the fast mount clips work is the top padding that goes on here, on the underside, this little clip will go on there, and it'll slot into there, clip into place. Fast mount offer 2 of these clips, 2 types. So one is a 10 kilo holding force and one is a 5 kilo. I think black is 10 and white is the 5 kilo. Something like this, which is just laying here under its own weight, probably 5 kilos will be fine. And obviously you've got, what, 3 points, that'd be 15 kilo holding force on each side, so that should be more than ample. So what we're going to do now is we're going to leave these for a week, this timber, because it's been in here all winter. So we just want to make sure it's absolutely dry, and then what we'll be able to do is come in and coat it all in polyester resin. Okay, that's going to be a wrap for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.